Mr. Downs?
Present.
Mr. Keller?
Present.
Mr. Haneke?
Present.
If you would please stand, and before the pledge, we're going to do a brief moment of silence for the late Police Chief Davis, who recently passed.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First, we're going to turn it to Fire Chief.
Nick Davis has been with us for 1 year. He's completed his training over at IFSI, 10 weeks worth. He's completed his training here. I've had nothing but good reports come back on him, and I want to congratulate him on passing his probation. He has an orange shield on his helmet, which represents that he's a probationary. It signifies the guys that are on the fire ground. And now he can take his orange shield off, give it back to me, and here's your 1-year shield.
Very good. Congratulations. Do we have anyone that would like to speak under public participation? Okay, and we'll move down to the consent agenda. We have the payment of bills, approval of minutes, September 16, 2019, regular city council meeting, September 24, 2019, committee of the whole meeting, and request from Danielle Ketchum to close McLean Street from Broadway Street to Pulaski Street on Sunday, October 6, 2019, from 2 until 4 p.m. for the annual fire prevention parade.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Mr. Keller made the motion. Mrs. Schmidt seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Haneke?
Yes.
Mrs. Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Under ordinance and resolution, we have the resolution approving special use in a C2 district.
Motion approved. Second.
Mr. Welch made the motion. Mr. Bateman seconded. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mrs. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Haneke?
Yes.
Mrs. Horn?
Yes.
Under bids, we have the approval of bid from Roy C. Scales III for cleaning service and floor maintenance at City Hall, the police station, and the Amtrak depot.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Welch made the motion. Ms. Horn seconded. Discussion? Beth?
Do we have a dollar figure on that? I'm sorry, I didn't see it. It's in the paperwork, but it was not on the agenda.
$23.70 a month, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, $23.70 a month.
Thank you.
Any other questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mrs. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Haneke?
Yes.
Approval of bid from Lincoln Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram for the purchase of a new crew cab pickup truck for the sewage treatment plant in an amount not to exceed $37,587.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Parrott made the motion. Mr. Keller seconded. Discussion, Mr. Bateman?
Since Landmark didn't receive the bid, I will be voting on this tonight. The second thing I would like to say is, in my meeting with the sewage treatment department a couple months ago, and on that same day I met with Mr. Landers, sometimes there's confusion when people call in and want to say, hey, somebody's doing some work out in front of my house, and the people answering the phone call, whether it be the clerk's office or the administrator, you have to determine what work is being done. So since the company I work for deals in a lot of fleets, one of the suggestions I made was that the departments going forward start purchasing vehicles in different color schemes. So Walt indicated that the last vehicles he has purchased have been white. In my tour of the sewage treatment plant, the last new dump truck they got and stuff was yellow. So upon the approval of this bid, I would like to request that the truck be purchased in the municipal yellow color, and moving forward, any sewage trucks be purchased in yellow, and any street and alley vehicles be purchased in white. That, which I've checked with other towns, alleviates the problem that when someone calls and said, hey, there's city vehicles here working, the people answering the phone could simply just say, what color is the trucks out front? And if it's yellow, they could say they're working on your sewer. If it's white, they could say that's the street and alley department. It works for other cities that I deal with, and I just think moving forward, we can start retroing that in, and it will simplify things.
Mr. Welch?
Are there additional costs for the municipal yellow?
Not that I know of.
Norm?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but I will definitely find out about that tomorrow. We'll give him a call and see if we can get that, because I was there when he discussed that with us down there, and I agree, that's a really good point, and we can move forward. We can make sure as part of the bid that we make sure we have the right color. So I'll check with that, and I'll get back with you ASAP.
Questions, discussion? Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Haneke?
Yes.
Mrs. Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mrs. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Approval of bid from Autobahn Company of Morton for curb and sidewalk replacement and improvement in an amount not to exceed $124,403.62.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Tracy made the motion, Jeff seconded. Discussion? Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Haneke?
Yes.
Mrs. Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mrs. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Parrott?
Yes.
Mr. Downs?
Yes.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Do we have any announcements? Beth?
I just want to say today, you talk about, we hear things about our city sometimes and about our city employees and things, and I just want to say I was very proud of our police department today. They did the escort for the former city police chief who passed, and we buried him today. I was always grateful when people would pull over to the side as a show of respect. A lot of bigger cities don't have that. You just have people joining the procession and zoom around and everywhere. But I was very proud of our community today. Thank you.
Chief?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I received a letter from the acting director of the Illinois State Police, Brendan Kelly. I just kind of want to read this to you and to the public, just to bring some recognition to one of our officers that is involved in our Concerns of Police Survivors chapter, the Illinois chapter. The letter states, on August 23rd, 2019, the Illinois State Police endured a devastating loss in which Trooper Nicholas Hopkins was tragically shot during an execution of a search warrant. The death devastated his family, his friends, and the men and women who served alongside him. Trooper Hopkins was an extraordinary officer who was dedicated to the Special Operations Command, the ISP, and the citizens of Illinois. Trooper Hopkins was greatly missed and will never be forgotten. Out of this tragedy came remarkable examples of human kindness. Hundreds of people supported Trooper Hopkins' family by placing flags along the funeral procession route and standing in respectful silence as his funeral coach passed. Numerous individuals, businesses, and organizations showed their support by donating time, goods, and services to ensure Trooper Hopkins and his family received the honor he deserved. Your generous support was an important part of ISP's ability to honor one of our heroes. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity.
The ISP is an agency steeped in tradition, duty, and the reliance on each other and the citizens of Illinois whom we serve. Please accept my sincere thanks and gratitude for your support and the commitment to honor the memory of Trooper Nicholas Hopkins. Corporal Maurice Johnson is a part of our Illinois chapter Concerns of Police Survivors. He goes to these funerals. He's gone to every Illinois State Police or trooper that has died in Illinois the last couple of years. So he does a great job for us. He honors our city. He honors our people by his commitment to this organization and the time he puts into it. I just want to take the time to thank him for his service and what he's doing for our community, and not only for our community, but representing our city. So,
Excellent. Thank you. You have other announcements? Jake?
On October 19th, over at which is 2 Saturdays from now, over at the Safety Complex, EMA, the Emergency Management Agency, is going to have a show and tell, which they're going to have their trailers and equipment of such out there. Some of the local, I think the police department, the sheriff's department, we're going to have the boat and 5103, the new fire truck out there. Lincoln Rural's bringing the dive squad out. We're going to set up the Mabus tent and have some other Mabus equipment out there for everybody to see. So it's kind of like a show and tell for the public to come out and take a look at the equipment that's at our hands in case there's an emergency here in town. They're also going to land a helicopter in the lot that's open out here. We're going to close the street down from the Hamilton Street garage to Broadway Street for the time that we're out there. I think it's 10 to 2. They're going to serve hot dogs and have drinks and stuff like that, so we invite everybody to come out and take a look.
What's the time on that, Chief?
10 to 2, Saturday the 19th.
And Trick or Treat with the Mayor is the same day at 10 a.m., so people can go there and then go there after. We talked about that. Be a good combination. Walt, and then Chief?
Yes, Jefferson Street Bridge has been opened. They opened it up last Friday. There is some restoration work still going on, but it is open to traffic, so it's a huge improvement from what was there before. Also, Kickapoo, or the resurfacing or remilling of Kickapoo Street, at least the concrete work should be getting underway soon. And that's something, the last project that we have other than the sidewalk. So I'd be looking out for cones and barricades and stuff over there as they get that work underway. So look forward to getting that done.
Chief Adams?
sorry, Fire Chief reminded me, just to give you an update on Starcom, Logan County Dispatch is really close to getting everything installed there for the Starcom radios. We're hoping was supposed to be done today. I'm not sure where they are. I didn't get an update after work today, so. But we will be going a little bit more silent on the old scanners once we get that implemented. Just to clarify, the Lincoln Police Department and the Logan County Sheriff's Office is going to be encrypted, even on the new system. Even though it's digital, they're going to be encrypted. Now, you can listen to some Starcom traffic if it's not encrypted. So I don't believe the fire department's.
Well, we're
Are you encrypted too? So sounds like we're all going to be encrypted. So, but there is going to be some VHF traffic out there from the paramedics, et cetera, and paging, I believe. So there'll still be some scanner traffic for those that have the older scanners. Some that get the newer scanners may be able to listen to some channels, but not our channel. We will be encrypted, unfortunately. So, but that goes to the safety and security of information that we need to transmit back and forth to our officers. And there's been too many times that step by step is being posted on social media of what we're doing, and it has landed us in several situations where somebody could have got hurt. So and we don't need that, and we don't need it at all. So just to give you an update on that. And then another thing, Jason Rohr will be the next. He's one passed our lateral list by the Police and Fire Commission, Fire and Police Commission. So he's going to be hired to replace the District 27 SRO, Christy Fruget. He will be starting October 16th, I believe is what we figured out. So he comes from the Logan County Sheriff's Department. He's got several years' experience there, and he's hoping to make the jump here and enjoy the activity that we have.
Do you have other announcements? I'd like to commend Nyla and her group. They did a phenomenal job Thursday evening, correct, at Collision Concepts. And how much money did you raise again?
$16,000 for American Cancer Society.
$16,000 for American Cancer Society.
We could not do it without this community. It's always just overwhelmingly gratifying to see that people come out and open up their checkbooks and just give and give and give. So we really appreciate that.
It wouldn't have been possible without you and your group, so thank you all very much. So, do we have other announcements? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Mr. Keller made the motion, Mr. Welch seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting is adjourned at 7:25 p.m. Thank you.